everybody in, my new subscribers, my returning subscribers, and the replay watchers. Thank you so much. So I thought I'd pop on here just because can't sleep. Let me mute this over here. Not sure if you can really hear me or not, but you know, just thought we could keep each other company for a little while. So I'm working on my new pattern. Really didn't work on it much today because I had two other ideas I wanted to do in my head. One second, there we go. And I wanted to get those done. So, yay. But anyway, doesn't look like anybody's in here yet. Did I miss somebody else going live? No? Weird. Oh, what the heck? There we go. And just thought we'd just keep each other company for tonight, for a little bit. While I'm working on my new pattern, making sure I can do it well. It's a whole new stitch pattern that I created. And yeah. I wonder if notifications are going out. Hello, people. How are y'all doing tonight? Let me readjust something here. Oh my goodness. There it is. There we go. I can pay attention to myself. I can moderate myself. But anyway, hope the weather's nice where y'all are at. Well, hello, Wallbreaker. How are you doing? I don't know why I'm staring over there. I can look right here. How are you doing? What did I do there? One second, I gotta redo this. Stitch marker messed up. There we go. All right, so it looks like I gotta play moderator. And no. So I'm guessing that's supposed to be vamp. Depends on what you want to do. Like my style of crochet is I do Tunisian crochet, Um, it's a big long needle. It has a cable on it. Let me see if I got one right here. Yeah, just that's my style. Hi Tina, hi sweetie. And it makes, it's a lot different than regular crochet, because you're holding all the loops on your hook. Now, for if you want to learn actual crochet, there's two channels I would direct you to learn regular crochet first, and that is the Crochet Crowd and Bag a Day Crochet. Those two know their stuff and can teach really well. They have a lot of stitches. There's some of the bigger in the community too, in the yarn community or crochet community or whatever you want to call us. How you doing, Tina? But they have everything you want to know from the basics. And in order to learn Tunisian crochet, you should know the basics of crochet. Now, Tunisian crochet, it creates a really nice fabric and stitches. So I'm doing really good, Tina. Just can't sleep. Got a lot of pain going on. So I was like, well, let's see who's up late night. Sorry. Well, hello, Debbie from Pittsburgh. Animal, like making an amigurumi vamp is, I don't know if it's easier. I really don't know. It's like blankets to me and wraps and clothing and stuff is easier to me. I don't know. I've tried the whole amigurumi thing and it wasn't for me. So I really can't say yes or no on that one. Hello, your dad. Hey, Lady Crochet. Hi, Lily. But when it comes to those between amigurumi and blankets and whatever, I prefer blankets and whatnot because you can do so much with those, and I think they're more treasured as gifts. Hi, Lisa. Oh, Lady Crochet, I am a night owl, especially when my pain flares up. I really can't sleep much. So I just, like today, we're supposed to be like 60 Fahrenheit, which let me tell you what that is. I don't know what it is in Celsius, but C2F. Let's go with 60 here. Tomorrow is supposed to be 15 Celsius, and then the next day is supposed to be a -6 Celsius. So I'm kind of hurting, especially with metal knees. Yeah, see, Debbie, my husband does every now and then. He does Tunisian crochet, but he'll in between each blanket pattern he does. But I'll create the blanket pattern for him, and he'll just work it up. Tell me what he wants, I'll create it, and then he works it up. But in between each one, he'll do a bunny. He'll make a amigurumi bunny, and then he'll get back to doing blankets again. Because towards the end, I don't know, I get it too, but like when you're, hi Noni May, when you are, what is it? I want to say about 75% done with the project. We get something we call ITIS. It's like Like when we were in the military, we called it short-term syndrome or short-termer syndrome because you had like a few weeks left and you didn't want to do jack. You didn't want to do anything. So we call it itis. And so after about 75% of a project, you're already like, I'm done with this already. Oh, wow. Lisa. One sec. Sorry, I got a cough. I've been working on, well, today this is the first time I got to pick this up because today I've been working on, I had some ideas in my head that I wanted to flesh out. The prototype, of course, you know how prototypes go. It's a yes thing. Well, thank you, Tina. It's a thing to get out of your head, and then I have to perfect it. Well, I got it out of my head. I just got to perfect it. And it's a Valentine's Day ear warmer. I just got to perfect it a little bit more, and then it'll be great to go. And then it's a matching set. This is the start of the scarf that's going to match with it. So I had all this pink I got to use, and ooh, an ice storm already, Noni. Wow. And we're just going to get cold. We got the cold front coming in, and my metal knees are, and my nerve condition is kicking my rear on that. Who is it? Debbie. It's not a blanket that I'm working on. It's a wrap, and it's with a stitch pattern that I created. I'm gonna see if I can show it good. It's not really showing up that well with this yarn. When I make the tutorial, it'll show up pretty good. It's a 4-row. Wait, is it 4-row? Hold on. Gotta look at my notes. 1, 2. It's a 3-row repeat. 3-row repeat, 4-stitch repeat that I came up with. Literally, I was just sitting here. I got this yarn. I got a lot of this beautiful yarn. It's Big Twist Winter. It's supposed to be Christmas, but that to me says Valentine's Day in a heartbeat. Oh, awesome, Debbie. No, you're fine. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, no, you're right. The fake knees are screaming. We ain't supposed to feel them, but we do feel them. No, don't, Debbie, you're fine. Don't worry about no mistake. Russ does send out a lot of good yarn. Good night, Tina. Hope you sleep well. But I saw that yarn and I knew I wanted to do a wrap in it for Valentine's Day. The stitch pattern I had to make myself because I really didn't like all the stitch patterns out there. And of course, you know, being a creator, you got to make stuff original as you can. So I did a lot of math and I barely passed math in college. Thank you, Logan. Hi, Carmen. I don't really, Kane, I really don't listen to music. I don't really, yeah. Let's see. Did something get deleted? Oh, well, I'm gonna do this because, oh, come on. And lion, I normally just buzz my head. I'm balding. What's the point? So I just usually buzz my head. My favorite color is orange. Orange, well, I have two, orange and blue. Um, that's my favorite colors. Favorite, yeah, favorite color. Okay, make sure I got that right. I should be wearing my glasses for this. I can't see jack. Thank you, Catherine. This is, like I said, it's green. It's supposed to be their Christmas colors from Big Twist, but it screams Valentine's Day to me. So I was like, well, might as well make a nice little wrap pattern and for Valentine's Day. Oh, come on. I love it. Like Debbie, like I found Tunisian about 14 years ago, and mainly, this is the part I'm not liking about my own stitch pattern. There we go. I was doing regular blankets, regular crochet blankets, and I just got tired of all the holes. I'm a cold person. I'm always cold, and I wanted something like really warm and insulating. And I Googled, I don't remember exactly what I Googled. And then next thing I know, I saw this little swatch of the Tunisian simple stitch. And I'm like, what is that? And I went down the rabbit hole 14 years ago and haven't turned back since. And I've created a lot of cool stuff. Sure, John, what's your question? And then I started accumulating all these different Tunisian stitches. So I was like, well, I need to get them all in one place. Because I did a lot of digging to get the Tunisian stitch. Yeah, I can't sleep, right? Um, what did I just do? Oh, uh, depends on, John, it depends really on who you ask. The first day could be a Sunday, the first day could be Monday. I gotta go over here to see this, because what are my glasses? There they are. Maybe I can read it this way. Oh, heck no. Um, and Catherine, it kind of is, because you just got this long needle and you're only doing one and you're keeping the loops on there. Uh, and good night, just fluffy quilting. Yeah, I can't sleep. Let's see. I just watched the beginner tutorial and the jigsaw video and saw you were on live, so I thought I'd say hi. Well, hi, Carmen. Thank you for watching those. The jigsaw, but like I was going to say, there's a lot of stitches that aren't out on the internet, because I did a lot of digging for the past few years trying to find all these stitches, and a lot of them I found on old Cold War databases, and a lot in the central block of Europe. And I want to get them all into one place, kind of like an encyclopedia type thing for all these stitches. So I'm scheduled out. Let me look at my spreadsheet. Where is it? Came up over here, wrong screen. Just keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. I'm scheduled out to January 6th at 30:31 on stitches. No, you're right. Mine just tells me I don't know what day it is. because I just don't know. Very like old Cold War databases, and what I mean by databases, I mean they were like their storage, and then they were putting them online slowly, and I was able to find a good 150 to almost 200 stitches that way. And then I found some of these stitches that have never seen the light of day since like 1890. All right, I thought I hide user. I'm getting all these weird ones, so let me put that there, and save. I thought it was done. There we go. That'll get rid of some of the trolls. I just had to block like some trolls messages. And it, you know, Fluffy, it really is. I want to do, eventually, I want to do a video on the effort and the ways I had to go about getting a lot of these stitches. And there's a lot that just don't have names. You know, the jigsaw did not have a name. And then there's the peephole, which came out 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, somewhere in there. It didn't have a name. So I had to sit there and create names. Hi, Tracy. Thank you. It's Big Twist Winter. Helps if I hold it the right way, right? And this is the colorway Peppermint Swirl. Yeah, and that's my whole goal with my channel. Is, you know, is to want to get Tunisian popular again, and two, get all these stitches in one central place. I've created a few stitches. Let me see. I've created one, two. That's actually stitches, and then this is my second stitch pattern. No, I dug and dug. I don't have any. I had one Tunisian crochet book that Miss C sent me because she was helping me in my endeavor to collect all these Tunisian crochet stitches, and she sent me one book, and I already had every one in there. So I gave the book to Panda so that way he can quit bothering me. No, I gave the book to him though. He has the book, and so that way too, if I'm busy filming and he wants to learn how to do a stitch, he can look in the book and do it if I haven't filmed it yet. S.L. Smith, Sandy, hi. No, sweetie, I'm glad you did. I don't know what happened, Sandy. I really have no idea because when you mentioned it, I literally just woke up and I saw the message or it popped up on my thing, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I looked even on my phone. You know, I have an iPhone 14 something. I don't know. It's less than a year old phone. Anyway, I looked and I'm like, okay, that is blurry. But then again, I just woke up, so I came in here to my computer and I pulled it up and I'm like, what the heck happened? I went to the raw footage. Raw footage was crystal clear. I don't know what YouTube did. So I went ahead and I said, you know what? I'm just going to refilm it. Maybe there was something in the filming that said degrade me. I don't know. So I refilmed it and edited it and put it up. So thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. Because I had no clue. And then when Panda got home, he mentioned it to me. It's like, no, I fixed it. I was like, why didn't you wake me up and tell me? He goes, well, you're sleeping. I was like, well, okay, but when there's something like that going on, please wake me up and let me know so I can go fix it. You know, because sometimes it could be just a little something quick, easy fix within YouTube, or it may have to be something I had to refilm, and I did refilm it. No big deal. You know, I mean, the simple stitch is not one of those, like the complicated stitch like this, which I ended up filming like 3 other stitches too today. And then I started working on these ideas I had in my head that I needed to see if I could, if the concept in my head could actually be a physical concept. And hey, they worked out. So I just gotta adjust the ear warmer a little bit, just a little bit of adjusting, and that thing will be good to go to film. Yeah, and I also did it with a different yarn. I wasn't sure if it was the yarn that it messed up. I don't know. So I just did everything and just picked up a new yarn color and said, this is what we're doing it with. And Chase, hi, how are you doing? Awesome, Chase. That is so awesome. I mean, I tried to do my stuff different than, you know, other Tunisian crocheters, because the way I look at it is, or Tunisian crochet tutorial channels, because the way I look at it is, most 90% of this world learns by repetition. So if we could do the stitch several times where you don't have to rewind it, you know, then it should be able to click. At least that's my, and if you go slow and you have a calming voice, because I know when I was learning, oh, what the hell, what am I doing there? When I was learning Tunisian, you know, I was getting frustrated. So if you could have a calming voice there to keep you from getting frustrated, that's all I wanted to do. And, you know, it's working. You learned. Good. Hey, Bridget, sweetie, how are you? Hi, Tony. Um, yes, Tony, mine, I have several sets, but you have these type that have the cables. They're detachable, so you can go longer if you want to. Um, I have one here somewhere because I use it as a back scratcher. Then you have these type, and these are Afghan hooks, and you can actually do a lot with these. I actually did a blanket on one of these. It was it was really bunched up, but I did my very first blanket I ever did, which I'm using as my shoulder rest right now, or my, not my shoulder rest, what's this, my elbows. Um, it works wonders. And it, oh, what is it? It's cheap. They're cheap. When I first started learning, I went cheap. Um, Regular crochet needles, I did 10 stitches, and I see if I liked it. I liked it, so went to Walmart. This is back when Walmart still carried these. Grabbed it and made blankets and scarves, and I love them. And then our very first set was 14 years ago, and we just retired that set officially back on November 19th of this year, because I've had my sets for a while. Panda was using it, and then I bought, for our anniversary, our 23rd anniversary, I bought Panda his own really awesome set. Let me go over here. It's so, I don't know how people could see it from the phone all the time. Oh my gosh. When I saw Friday Simple Stitch, I was confused. I thought that you had done one before. It was a good time to film it, since it's the basis of many of the stitches that you share. Well, Fluffy, I did film it. I filmed it a year ago and some change. But that's before I learned anything about angles and lighting. So I want to redo, I think it's the first batch of 20 that I did. I did them on my phone, and my phone was just like literally up, just staring down. I didn't know nothing about angles. So I'm slowly working it, and going to go through all of them, refilm all the older stitches, just so that they're current. Plus I can flip them to the left-handed. Hi, Catherine. How are you doing? Sweet Lisa, Bridget. see. The Afghan hurts at my wrist. I need to get a good cabled hook before I really try Tunisian. And let me tell you, Bridget, this is the AliExpress set. At first, they weren't. I didn't like them at first. I'm being truthful. I didn't do a swatch with them. I made 3 projects with these before I gave an honest review. Because to me, you're not going to learn nothing about a needle with just a swatch. So I did 3 projects with them. And I really didn't like them because they're very sharp. They got a really strong point, and the bevel part right in through here is very sharp too. And so is the actual hook itself. I don't know if you can actually see how, look at that point. And the way I rest my yarn is I rest it over my finger, so I was constantly hitting my finger. But I continue to use them. They've grown on me, especially when I want to do a fast project. I like them a lot. Let me see. Well, hello, Dorothy ... I'm going to be ordering some custom Tunisian hooks because I want some really good sturdy metal double-ended 2mm, 2.5, and 3mm. I want them to be sturdy, so I'm going to be custom ordering those. Well, thank you, Fluffy. Thank you. That's my job. That's what I want set out to do, is highlight this. This chat is a little too small for me to see without my glasses, and with my glasses, it's too blurry. So I have whatever vision. It just, there's a certain like range I can't see in. So I'll call it whatever vision. And Tony, thank you for the information. I'll give it a try. I have the long needle, so there I go. And Tony, you can make a lot. You can, like I said, scarves. You can make throws on it. I have. Is it recommended? But I have. So I'm not going to tell you to do something, not to do something I have done. Hi, Lene. How are you? And Happy New Year. And, ooh, I got down to the bottom. Can I hold up what I'm working on, Sandy? I'm working on a Valentine's Day wrap. It's my own pattern. Well, the yarn's not my own pattern, but the stitch is mine. It's hard. I'm going to see if I can get it to come out better. I can't. That pink is just so bright. But it's my own stitch pattern. It's a 3-row repeat, 4-stitch repeat. What did Lisa say? I'll be listening and lurking while finishing my knitting. Okay. Hello, Amanda. How are you doing, sweetie? Oh, man. Come on. I don't know why I made some of this. This stitch is not that it's hard. It's just a certain part of it. You got to be careful where you put your needle, because in order to get this little, I don't know what I'm even calling this stitch yet. I really have no earthly idea what I'm calling it yet. I just know I just shimmied some yarn over for no reason there. Shimmied a stitch, but kind of looks like a starburst pattern. I don't know. It really is. Because I wanted something, like I said earlier, I wanted something different. I wanted something unique. And what I try to do is, oh, come on. When I do a stitch, I try to do a pattern or do something in that stitch so you can see what it really looks like worked up instead of in a swatch. Like the trident stitch. It's done in a triangle scarf right here on Bertha. That's what I call it, Bertha. It's done there. I just try, you know, so you can actually see what it's like worked up. That's And I do have some things that I are my own original pattern, and plenty of things that's going to be my own original patterns coming up. Um, Actually, I could show the door off now. Give me one. There we go. Oh, come on. I got this dry erase board thing. I like using dry erase boards for projects. I was using this small, tiny one forever, and it just gets crowded. So I was like, I want something big, but I want something that I can, don't have to, because like above me, we're going on a little field trip. I'll be careful with you guys, because above me is all my swatches of everything I've done. So I didn't want that. On the door is nothing but dry erase board. So I can write everything down. And that's everything I have to complete that I want to complete in 2025. It's a lot. That's why like my lives are going to be so sporadic. Or like when I'm sitting here right now, you know, that I pushed that thing a little too far back. There we go. Let's see over here now. Yeah, April, that was me. Um, Sabrosa's Kitchen, welcome into the chat and welcome to your first live of mine. Now the double-ended needles, let me do this real quick and then I'll pull mine out. You can use them two different ways. I'm gonna have a project coming up where I can't say when because I've learned from backing myself into quarters. But the double-ended, you probably have something that's similar to this, that either or longer, that they're the same on each side, same millimeter size. You can use these for in the round, or there's a different style of Tunisian crochet. They call it crochet or crow hook. I don't think it's not crow hook. It's still Tunisian. It requires 2 balls of yarn, just like in the round would. And for in the round, you can make, I don't have one in here, beanies, slouchies. Heck, I've made a whole entire sweater out of in the round. There's quite a few things. I got a beanie tutorial on my channel already. I've got four slouchy tutorials filmed, but there's a lot. And then the other style that I was talking about, you do it like you would with Tunisian, and then this end is pulling, you do your return pass as you go, and then you actually flip your work. So you're making like this is one-sided. This is the back. That's the front. Well, the way I'm talking about doing it, you'll have that be in the front and back, and this will be in the front and back. So it makes a really cool textured project too. Let's see. Well, thank you, Lenny. I do the swatch thing because if I'm sitting here thinking of a project and I'm like, this is what my mind has. Like when my mind, how can I say that? When I think of a project, I don't think of the stitch. I think of the project, and then I start building off the color. What color do I want? And then I go from, okay, now we got the color, I got this. Now what stitch can I work with it? So I like being able to see my stitches. There's a lot more. I mean, my wall is going to be covered in swatches by the time I get done with this channel, which that's not going to be until at minimum of 2031, because that's what I have stitches scheduled out till. And you're welcome, Sabrosa. Like I'm here I can answer anything you want. I've been doing Tunisian crochet for 14 years. You name it, I've made it. I've made socks. And now I have not made underwear. I will not make underwear. I have not made pants, but I've made everything else. I've made shirts. Uh, I've taken a crochet pattern and turned it into Tunisian. It was one of Bag of Day's shirts. I was able, took one of her patterns and turned it into Tunisian, and she loved it to death. So I have permission to do others of her stuff, which I have 2 items on that board on my dry erase. I can't say really, it's not really a board, it's a dry erase door. On my dry erase door, I have 2 patterns of hers that I have picked that I want to do. Well, thank you, Lene. I'm trying, this is going to be out before, I don't remember when I said it was. Let me look. Well, it'd be behind my door is dry erase calendars, 4 of them, but let's see, that is going to be, no, and that's inside the studio. Ear warmer, scarf. I'm shooting for February 7th to have this out. I bought a hook, but it seemed cheap. Any brand that's good quality? Yes, there are several brands that are good quality. Now, when it comes to Tunisian hooks, I personally, I stay away with the ones that have like the IV, I call it IV tubing. It's the clear plastic tubing. And I stay away from those because when you're doing your return pass, it's just gonna, it's not stiff enough to do what, just pull through. You're gonna have to actually manually pull it. I personally love my favorite set is this set. It's a Knitter's Pride, but they also have Knit Pro, which is the exact same version. Just that instead of this one has what is it? This one has it in US terms, whereas Knit Pro has it in millimeters. And it is a gorgeous wooden set. Cables are really nice. I love it. It is a little pricey. And when I say a little pricey, it's about 120 bucks. The Knit Pro version is around $70. Now these AliExpress metal hooks, right now, I believe they're on sale for $40. And they come in a pouch just like this. And they have all those different sizes, and they have really nice cables. It's the exact same cables I have here. They're swivel cables. Oh, come on. And they're in millimeters. Don't get frustrated. There we go. And the cables are, oh, come on. Well, you can't see it, but it's braided metal coated in plastic, and they're swivel cables, which swivel, what that means is, oh my god, I'm getting tangled up in yarn. They turn when you hold, so that way if tension's starting to get built up, they will release themselves and it'll just twist its way out so you don't build up tension. Let's see. Yeah, Sabrosa, she's really great. And, well, hi, Nancy B. I'm fascinated and intimidated by Tunisian crochet. I'm glad I stumbled on your channel around Christmas. I've been checking out your videos and feel inspired to try again. In April, Yarn Fuzz, and April, I tell people, it was like the most intimidating thing about Tunisian crochet. The most intimidating thing is this aspect, holding all these loops on your hook. That's the most intimidating part of Tunisian crochet. And if you can get past that, it's downhill. Learn the base 5 stitches, and those are the simple stitch, simple stitch, full stitch, knit stitch, reverse stitch, and purl. If you learn all 5 of those stitches, you can do 90% of all the other stitches. And the only reason I put the full stitch in there because the full stitch teaches you how to do row offsets. And some of these stitches require row offsets. And so it is, if you can get past the intimidation part, which 90% of people, or that's a lie, Michael. A lot of people, I can't say numbers on that one. A lot of people are intimidated by holding these loops on your hook. I didn't do something right there. And what I like about Tunisian too is like when you mess up, you can notice it right away. Well, with most stitches, you can notice where you mess up at, because it's just going to look off. It's not going to be hidden, and you'll be able to see it. And like with the simple stitch, you got these vertical bars going up, so you'll be able to notice it. And Lene, like any cable that you have that's what I call swivel, either these braided ones or the ones I use for my wooden set, they're swivel, and they are a game changer. Otherwise, these are the ones that come with the set. They're still good. You can tell this needle I've used the heck out of this needle. They're still good. They just, at times, if your stitches are kind of a bunch, it'll get bunched up a little bit, and then it's nothing as near as bad as the IV tubing. But I have 6.5 is my favorite hook. So I ordered 6 different needles that go in my favorite set, which is the wooden one, of all 6.5. So I have 7, actually 7 of those, and I have them in projects, so I don't have to pin something off or stitch mark something off, so I can pick up another project. They all have their own needle going in it. Let's see. Awesome, April. I mean, just take it easy. Like I said, since you know the simple stitch, go straight to the knit stitch next. That'll make a lot of sense to you going from simple stitch to the knit stitch, so you can get that one down. The knit stitch is such a pretty stitch. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite. It's a mix. Yeah, I guess you could say it's kind of like knitting. It's more akin to knitting than it is to crochet. Some of our stitches resemble the stitches in knitting, but then again, some of our stitches also resemble crochet stitches. Plus, there is a Tunisian half double crochet, believe it or not. So, and I mean, it's kind of a mix in a way, but still kind of its own, if that makes any sense. Let's see. All right, Sabrosa, let's see. For a beginner, what stitch do you recommend on a blanket? I mean, I love crocheting. I've done some Tunisian project, but I would love to make a blanket. For a beginner, simple stitch. Simple stitch, or even just the knit stitch. So, because a lot of the other stitches, well, I don't think a blanket and all purl stitch wouldn't look good in my honest opinion. Neither would a reverse stitch. But the simple stitch, full stitch, or knit stitch, those look really good in blankets. The only thing with the full stitch is you need to have stitch markers. The reason why is because of the row offset, so you'll know where you're at on the row offset. Hi, Kendall. Yeah, I say I've never done knitting, so I wouldn't know what knitting is like, but I've seen it, but I've never done it. And let's see, Lene, are you recovered from your Christmas live? Sort of. I am sort of recovered. I'm going to be in a constant lot of pain, especially since winter decided or the I shouldn't say winter, the cold weather decided to start late where I live. Um, Normally, in November we're already cold, and we weren't, and I didn't get a chance to get used to my pain levels. Because normally I can get used to them. Give me a couple weeks at the same similar temperatures, and I can pretty much acclimate to the pain levels, and I'm good. But I didn't get that chance this year. I don't know why I didn't get that chance this year. All of a sudden, it was like nice. It's been warm. Like tomorrow's supposed to be 60, and then come Saturday though, or Sunday. Sunday we're supposed to be dropping down into 20. So at it, we don't get. I haven't gotten the chance to acclimate this year like I normally would. Otherwise, the Christmas live wouldn't have really affected me too much. And April, anytime I'm here for any questions anybody has. Hey, Kendall. Um, I know some of the bigger Tunisian crochet channels, they don't really answer. I'm not saying they don't answer them because they don't want to. They're just so busy. They got so much going on, and it's hard to answer every question. I'm still not big, so I still have that chance to um, answer questions. Let's see. Kendall, hi, how are you doing? 10 stitch blanket is easy for beginners, my opinion. And 10 stitch it is easier. It is easy. The 10 stitch blankets, I need to do a tutorial on that. I've been asked so many times. I have it on my list of my tutorials to do this year. I just, like, it's hard for me to deviate from a list because I have a plan of how I want everything to go, and I just cannot deviate from that list. It's hard to deviate. Oh wow, yeah, we got a cold front coming in on Sunday where I live too, and it's just oh. And Tony, cold weather, changing weather kills me. Yeah, see, for me it's my metal knees and my nerve syndrome that I have in my legs. My husband, it's the back. He's feeling it in his back and his hands, and it's like, man, once you turn 40, they turn off the warranty. Uh-oh. That wasn't supposed to be like that. And the other thing I don't like about this, like the only thing I don't like about this yarn I'm using right now is it's a 2 weight. My preferred weight is 4, but okay, I guess it did right. It's just too pretty not to use in a wrap for Valentine's Day, I think. 1 second. Yeah, Lene, I don't really go anywhere anyway because it's as soon as I start walking, even 10 minutes, the left leg, which is where well, it's in both legs, but it's really the nerve syndrome that I have called CRPS. Uh, it's a degenerative nerve condition. It's in my left leg really bad. It has spread to my right, but that one will flare up after about 10 minutes, and then of walking, I just like I'm done. I suck it up to go to when I go grocery shopping because I like to do I could do the whole order and then pick up, but I like to pick my own groceries out. So And Kendall, you're southeast of Tulsa? Nice. I'm smack dab in the middle of the Texas Panhandle. We have a song after us, and it's where Oprah went on trial in, I want to say 99. No, 97. Yeah, I was in Japan when that was going on. So yeah, 97. Yeah, Tony, it can be painful if you don't get to like get be able to acclimate or get used to the pain. Like October and the beginning of November, our temperatures are usually up and down, up and down. So that's usually my worst part of it all. And then it just stays like a consistent, steady, cold temperature. Then I can get used to it. And then spring comes and it's up and down, up and down. So usually fall and spring are my miserable times. And then winter is, first few weeks of it, I'm getting like acclimated to the pain level that I have to stay at. And then I get used to it, and then of course we start going up and down. And summers don't really bother me unless there's storms coming in. Then it really bothers me. We lived in Connecticut, and while it's beautiful, I really do want to move back because the like here where we are, you know, one, it's the windiest place. We're constantly windy. Two, that wind is like one of those bone chilling colds that gets you right to your bones. And at least up there in New England and whatnot, when it gets cold, it's what I call the damp cold, because you're off by the ocean and whatnot. So it's more of a damp cold. It's not a dehydrated cold. Yeah, right. That Minnesota negative 20 degrees during the daytime. No, thank you. Where did I go in Missoula? That was Montana. I went up there during the winter 1 year. I had a conference I had to go to. Miserable. Like, who goes to Missoula? Wow. Drove. Texas in itself is an experience. Um, the only reason we're still here is it's dirt cheap to live here. Like, really dirt cheap. His family lives in New Jersey and New York area, and we were pricing places because he went to buy a house again, and I'm like, that ain't gonna happen. You know, like our little dirt cheap house here. Uh, I mean, it's a very nice house, but it's dirt cheap. And when I say that, I mean that price wise, not poopy wise. For what we bought this house for, you could barely, like, if we were to pick up this house and move it to New England, this house could go for $600,000-700,000. And I'm like, what the f? We, I'm not, no, I'm not affording that mortgage. You're gonna have to go stand on the corner. Oh wow, Lene. Ooh, I could only imagine. Like for our mailman, because I'm glad he didn't have to for our neighborhood. He didn't have to get out and walk and put it on the mailboxes on the houses. He drive down the road because all of our mailboxes are against the street. And during the summer, we have nice ice cold water waiting for him because we get 115 degrees here during the summer, which we didn't get that when I was a kid. So I don't know what's going on. But anyway, and then during the winter, I'll have hot chocolate. or something. I know he drinks coffee, so I'll have either hot chocolate or coffee for him. Something nice and warm. Oh my goodness. But this is, there we go. Ha. I'm just going to be up probably all day and night till tomorrow night, or well, tonight. Tonight's Saturday, so probably Saturday night, early Sunday morning before I can even get some sleep. I've got it whenever I'm my pains like this. I have to be so, I have to stay up a long time to get myself to be able to just go to sleep because of the pain. And at least then when I'm so sleepy, I could just go to sleep. But I don't know. And our mailman's a really cool guy. Me and him will sit there and chit chat for a few minutes because he parks at we have a corner house. After he drops off our mail, we're last on this street. He parks there and then he gets out and organizes the mail in the back. And if I'm outside, I'll chit chat with him for a good 5 minutes and then he goes back in. Lady Crochet, it's been so long since I've done a 10 stitch. 10 stitch was my second ever blanket and I've never done one since. I'm sure you could do it with a knit, for darn sure. I'm pretty sure you could do it. You could do it with a full stitch. You should be able to do it with a full stitch. Trying to think. You could do it with many of the meshes. Because if it doesn't have, if the stitch combination is not an odd number, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to use it. You could even do it in a basket weave if you wanted to, which would be, 5 knit, 5 reverse stitches. You could do it in the seed, maybe even the double seed, the honeycomb, the smock. I have no idea what that stitch was. I don't remember that one. The waffle. The Tunisian knot. Not that one. You could probably even do it in a running stitch. Yeah, there's quite a few. The, what is that other one? Lattice. The lattice would be pretty. Oh my gosh, the lattice stitch in there would be real. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, Kendall. And Lene, yeah, you don't. And then, like, he works, I don't. I'm a fully disabled veteran. And he works, I don't. That's why I can really devote as much time as I do to my channel. Unlike a lot of other creators, they don't get that chance. So I do know I'm lucky on that. I'm trying to remember what. Oh, this is just. So I don't let, I toss and turn. I'm a side sleeper. So I toss and turn anyway because it'll start hurting on one side and I gotta flip sides. And I don't want to keep him awake while he has to go to work. So usually during the winter, if I sleep while he's at work. And I'll put something in the slow cooker when I go to bed and then wake up, dinner's done. So bonus. Okay, Count Carmen, have a good night, sweetie. Oh, wow, Sam. Yeah, we were just talking about temperatures a little bit ago. It's supposed to be, tomorrow for us, it's supposed to be 60 Fahrenheit on Saturday, and then, and then on Sunday, we're supposed to be 20 Fahrenheit. So winter's gonna rear its ugly head and say, I'm here. And then supposedly around the 10th, they're predicting another, real deep freeze for us in the Texas Panhandle, and like a high of not even out of the single digits. I'm not looking for that. I mean, I'm sort of kind of looking forward to it because I can make chicken noodle soup and have a reason to make chicken noodle soup. Oh, Che, wow. New Hampshire was also pretty. I mean, we for a little while, Panda's my husband's mother and father lived in Concord, and when we were stationed in Groton, we'd go up there almost every weekend and see them in Concord, New Hampshire. It was pretty. Just that whenever New Hampshire or New England says they're getting snow, they mean they're getting snow. Don't play around. They don't play around with that. Here, my first winter up there in Groton, they said, "Oh, we're gonna get snow," and I'm thinking Texas Panhandle snow. When they say it's gonna snow here, it's usually like an inch or two. Went to bed at like 9 p.m. because I had an early day of surgeries that next day, and I woke up at 5:30, start getting ready, and I didn't even look outside. And I got to go to my car, and there's at least 2 feet of snow on the ground, and the plow who decided to plow the parking lot of the apartment complex I lived in, they plowed all the snow behind everybody's car. So, and I didn't have a snow shovel. I had to use a frying pan to dig myself out, and I didn't have a window scraper, so plastic spatula. I say I'm just not like that. I'm just not a big soup person. But like when it's very cold, I will. I love soup. Um, and it got cold the other day, and Panda wanted my chili that I make. It takes about 8 hours, so I made chili all that day, and we had it for like 2 days straight. We had yeah, I made chili. We had chili. I didn't do cornbread because I don't like corn. So we had it with saltines, and then the next 2 days later, because I can't have it back to back, I made a big old pot of elbow macaroni and mixed the rest of the chili in there. Chili mac. Got rid of it. Oh, Lene, oh my gosh. That's so, like, the first winter I met Panda in 2001. Groton, Connecticut, middle of winter. Here he is out there in flip flops and shorts. Then we smoked, and he's outside the barracks in flip flops and shorts and a tank top, and I'm like, "Are you? No. It's 10 degrees. It's cold. No." But he's like, "Oh, this is hot." He's still that same way though. Our bedroom, we have to shut off the heater during the winter. We shut the vent off so the heater doesn't heat up that go in that room at all. And he turns on the ceiling fan. If I allowed him to during the winter, he'd turn on the air conditioner too. Oh, yeah. Well, I think it was. I don't even know what I made on New Year's Day. New Year's? Hell, I don't remember. Oh, I do too. It was I get the Hawaiian rolls. I cut them in half, toast them, toast the insides, and then when they're done, I take the tops off, move them to the side because I don't want them to burn, and then I'll layer ham, turkey, and chicken, deli cuts, and then cheese, provolone, and then bacon, and then put it back in the oven for under a broiler for a few minutes. While that's going, I take mayo on the side of the tops, and then when it comes out, put them together. Boom, that was dinner. Uh, yes, Debbie. I was born and raised where the city we live in. But as soon as I could get out, I got out and joined the military. Been all over, and then I met Panda in 2001 in Groton, Connecticut, and then we both got out of the Navy, and it was too expensive. So I was like, let's just go back to where I'm from. It's cheap. So this is where we stayed. We're back here. It's cheap, and yeah, it's just where home is now. There's nothing tying me here now since my mother passed away back in June. So we've been thinking about moving, and I told him, because he wants to buy a house because he doesn't like having neighbors. But then I don't want to buy a house because I don't like doing maintenance. So I was like, if we're going to move, we're going to just get an apartment, and we don't have to move to New Jersey. We can move to, his brother lives in North Carolina, and the rest of his family lives in New Jersey. I was like, well, we could call it kind of close to the middle and move to Norfolk. But I don't know how I don't know. Who knows? Oh, Lene, that's cool. I'm from Amarillo. Good old Amarillo. I don't know. Debbie, there's some aspects I would miss, but there's a lot that I wouldn't. What I miss? Pea soup. I like it with bacon in it. That's about the only time I'll eat it. Is when it's got bacon in it. Potato soup, the same way. Potato soup has to have bacon in it in order for me to really like it, and I won't eat anything with corn. I don't like corn. I don't like corn chips. I don't like corn. I don't like, just corn, anything. But I'm going to have to let you all go for the night. I got to take out the dog. I can hear him behind me whimpering. So I wanted to thank you all for joining me for tonight. Hopefully I kept you a little bit of a company. I wish I could go longer, but he's got to go out. It's that time. And I hope you all have a great day. And I may do a pop-up. My next one that I'm really thinking about doing live is on the 17th, inside the yarn studio. I don't know why I named them that, but that's what I did. That's the next time I actually plan on going live. I may do a pop-up, who knows. But you all have a good night. I'm going to be touching your faces, so be careful. Good night.